Comer pushes back Karine Jean-Pierre calling impeachment baseless mountains evidence. White House press secretary hammers GOP's evidence-free impeachment inquiry. Kentucky Representative James Comer said Thursday he has no idea what White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre meant when she said there was no evidence for House Republicans' impeachment inquiry into President Biden. The House Oversight Committee chair told the Faulkner Focus that the House will discuss mountains of evidence in the first impeachment inquiry hearing next week. Rep. James Comer, I have no idea what she means. There are one or two disgruntled Republicans that are trying to claim there's no evidence. But at the end of the day, the majority of Americans, poll after poll shows, they realize there are mountains of evidence. Let's start with the fact that we've discovered the Biden family has taken in over $20 million from foreign nationals that came through a series of shell companies that were then laundered down to the Bidens in incremental payments. My question to the White House is, what did the Bidens do to receive that $20 million? They can't answer it. They try to act like it didn't happen, like it didn't exist, but it did. $20 million. We heard from the IRS whistleblowers that they didn't pay a penny of taxes on this money, that this investigation was leading to Joe Biden. We found even though Joe Biden said he never met with or spoke to or had any knowledge of any of these people who were mysteriously wiring millions of dollars to the Bidens, we have found through our deposition process that he spoke to every one of them on the phone over a dozen times. So there are mountains of evidence. We can talk about the text messages, the emails. We can talk about the bank receipts, and that's what we're going to talk about next week in our first impeachment inquiry hearing. House Republicans will hold their first impeachment inquiry hearing to investigate allegations of corruption and abuse of power against President Biden next Thursday, Fox News learned this week. The House Oversight Committee, led by Comer, is likely to subpoena bank records of Hunter Biden and James Biden this week. GOP lawmakers hope these records will provide insight into Biden's alleged involvement in his family's business dealings and fuel the next steps in their investigation. Next week's hearing will be the first hearing since House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican California, formalized an impeachment inquiry last week. McCarthy directed Comer and House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, Republican Ohio, along with Ways Amp, Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, Republican Missouri, to lead the investigation. Speaking to MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell, Jean-Pierre stressed that Republicans have no evidence and are making baseless allegations against the president. Extreme House Republicans are already telegraphing their plans to try to distract from their own chaotic inability to govern and the impact of it on the country, White House spokesperson Ian Sams told Fox News Digital earlier this week. Staging a political stunt hearing in the waning days before they shut down the government reveals their true priorities. To them, baseless personal attacks on President Biden are more important than preventing a government shutdown and the pain it would inflict on American families. Fox News Chad Pergram, Chris Pandolfo, and Brooks Singman contributed to this report. Video.